Rich here from the RCNetwork.com, and today is a pretty special day. We're kicking off a new build series here at the RC Network. Now, the cool thing here is we're going way back to the roots of when the RC Network started, way back to ShortCourse truck. Now, if you haven't been around for a while here at the RC Network, you'll know that my original start was with a Traxxas / 4-wheel drive way back in like 2010. Now, I drove that thing for quite a while and I was edging for the next best thing, and that ended up being the Losi SCTE. It was kind of like an 80% roller. You had to add your own electronics into it and kind of, get this thing going. I ended up buying two of those things. Had an indoor one for like OCRC and an outdoor one that I just kind of messed around with. Now, along came the MIP Performance Kit that kind of converted that SCTE into a little bit more competitive rig. Now, remember, the original SCTE, the 1.0, was a Losi branded vehicle. It wasn't a TLR like it is today with the 2.0 and 3.0 versions. Now, with the MIP conversion kit, it really lightened up the chassis. I ended up bringing it from like 6.85 pounds all the way down to 5.85 pounds. It lost a whole pound. Of course, I did some trick upgrades with some titanium screws and that kind of stuff, but in the end, I did have a pretty competitive rig. However, it had some shortcomings. So after a good couple of years with the SCTE platform, I found TeknoRC, and that was the original, the SCT410. Ended up building that thing and was super amazed. But what really shied me away from running 4-wheel drive ShortCourse truck was just how heavy the rigs were. Now, these things, even in stock formation, you can lighten up a little bit, but you're looking at a good 7, almost 8 pounds of vehicle that you're moving around on a 2S LiPo system, and that can take a toll on all of your electronics and of course those batteries. I was spending a ton of money on batteries and having constant issues with the vehicles. That's why a lot of vehicles today run on 3S and 4S. They're just much more efficient. And if you really look at some of the SCT offerings out there, I'm talking 4-wheel drive competitive vehicles, you really only have two right now. You have the Losi or TLR SCTE 3.0, and you have the TeknoRC SCT 410.3. Both somewhat aging designs, but they're still very competitive. That's pretty much the only two that are on the market. There's a couple other ones, but those are pretty much the two go-to vehicles. Now, there has been other ones in the past, like the big embarrassment for Team Associated, the SC 4x4 or SC10 4x4 with the belt drives and the servo and the motor issues. That thing went away, and I don't think Associated will ever have a 4-wheel drive truck again. However, as I digress, there's been other offerings like the Arma Sentin, not quite a competition rig, but still nonetheless a good 4-wheel drive vehicle. And of course, they're lower in line, the 3S versions of those Sentins. Very good designs, very promising, but not quite a competition ready rig. Now, you may ask yourself, why have I been looking at a ET410.2 little baby Truggy here from Tekno for all of these minutes now? Well, there is a cool product on the market right now from ProStar RC. Basically converts this little baby Truggy into a ShortCourse truck. You kind of have your choice of some of the different options that are available on his website, but you're able to kind of switch this thing up, make it a 4-wheel drive lightweight ShortCourse truck, which will be great for like an indoor clay track or like a high bite surface. Now, there's other offerings making it a 2-wheel drive vehicle as well. I know Tekno and 2-wheel drive just doesn't go together for some reason, but they are offering that as an option as well. So in this video, we'll be going over some of the items that I selected in kind of like the package design system he has on his website. And I'll have links for all of these items on down below in the video description. Now, I do plan to make a 4-wheel drive lightweight ShortCourse truck out of that ET410.2 that you saw earlier. Now, what's in front of you is some of the offerings from ProStar RC. What he became famous for are some of his actual carbon fiber goodies he was making for some of the vehicles out there. Now, they appear to be very robust. I ended up choosing the blue version. You have all sorts of choices for different colors that you can choose. I believe there was like a blue, a red, black. There was other versions of black too. That was pretty cool. I like the blue version. Of course, you guys know why. And in this kit right here, you get a chassis plate. There's all sorts of bits and pieces. So let's open up all this and we'll see what I got. Opening up the main bag, the kind of chassis conversion kit bag, you get a few basic parts. including a rear chassis brace. You do get some new drive shafts to go down the center, because remember, we are lengthening the actual chassis plate. You do get the main chassis plate. You get a bunch of decals back there from ProStar, and you do get some basic instructions on how to set this whole thing up. Another nice touch inside of the bag was this nice little kind of letter and an outline of the whole kit. It came straight from Ryan, the owner of ProStar, and it actually gives kind of like a breakdown of what all comes in not only the base kit, but also some additional options that you see down here towards the bottom. Now, I chose a fully spec'd out kit, so I got all of the bells and whistles for this conversion. First off, the rear chassis brace. This thing is a kind of like a work of art. It's all milled carbon fiber. You can actually see all of the lightning inside of there, inside the kind of like cutout, and this thing is very nice. This actually will end up lengthening the rear chassis brace of that ET410.2. Now, this mounts towards the rear of the vehicle, of course, between the center differential and that rear bulkhead. Next up, you do get some team associated 92067. These are the center dog bones from the actual B64 vehicle. These happen to be the right size, and they'll work in this vehicle. Now, the star of the base kit is this T6 aluminum hard anodized chassis plate. Of course, the lengthened size for an SCT vehicle. It is a little bit wider than we see on an ET or an EB lineup from Tekno. This is, of course, hard anodized. Lots of cutouts here to keep everything nice and lightweight and also very rigid. We do have the ProStar logo right there, kind of etched in on the very back side. We do a nice kick up on the front side, and this is definitely a little bit wider and tapers towards the front. So no more mixing up which way your vehicle is pointed if it happens to flip upside down. Now, looking at the upside down section of this, countersunk holes throughout, just what you'd expect from a nice high-end conversion kit. Now, one of the main options I chose was the entire carbon fiber lineup. I chose the blue color, of course, you guys know why, and this includes all of the bits and pieces you'd want to kind of upgrade, keep it nice and lightweight, nice and sturdy, and of course the durability is through the roof on these products. With everything out of the bag here, you can definitely see the quality of these items. Now, I do suggest to prep all of these items with some CA glue on the actual top edges here. I have a video on that, and I'll link that in the upper right hand corner if you guys do have some questions about how to prep carbon fiber. Highly suggest it. It keeps everything together and adds a little bit more durability to your products. Now, taking a look at this blue carbon fiber, this is just absolutely beautiful. I love the fact that it's all that kind of blue color that I love. Now, all of these carbon fiber bits are additional add-on items to the actual conversion kit. You don't have to get these, but they're definitely a nice touch. Looking at all of the pieces here, we do have a top chassis plate right here, keeps everything nice and rigid. Of course, the battery strap, the rear shock tower, front shock tower. We do have a side fan mount and a couple of camber plates right here, both front and rear. And then finally a brass D-block just to keep a little bit of weight in the back, keep some of that traction going. Now, also available on the ProStar website are some supplement items just to get the looks of your SCT looking like an SCT. Now, we do have a rear bumper right here from the SE 6.1 from Team Associated. We do have the SE10 front skid and bumper, so our bumpers are now taken care of. And I picked up both of the different body mount options that ProStar listed, both the SE 6.1 and also Tekno's. I'll have to find out which parts I'll need to kind of convert this and get the correct body mounts for a body. Now, electronics wise, in my ET410.2, running some pretty good stuff, and typically you will not have to change your electronics if you decide to do this conversion. I of course have a couple of options, and I need your input on which motor I should run. Now, I am running the XR10 Pro from Hobbywing. Love this ESC. This thing is super stout, and this thing will definitely be able to power anything you'll need in your new converted ShortCourse truck. So the motor wise, I'm running a 5.5 turn Z-Run V10 generation 3. ET410.2. This thing has a lot of oomph. It is a super fast motor, but some of the team guys from ProStar have recommended a couple of other motors. So bringing the power out here, I got a couple of Z-Run motors. Of course, the 540 size 3652. This is a 5100 kV motor, 4-pole censored. This thing should be pretty quick. So I need your votes. If you want to see the 5.5 I showed earlier, definitely comment down in the comment section. If you want to see this 5100, please let me know as well. But I have an old standard right here, a 4300 kV 550 sized 4-pole censored brushless motor, the Z-Run 3660. So down in the comment section, let me know which one you want to see, or if maybe you've run one of these and you think one is better than the other. Comment down below. Now, two items that'll go straight over to that conversion kit, the AGF RC A65BHL. This is a shorty servo, but has 450 ounce-inches of torque and a transit time of 0.068 seconds. This thing is a powerhouse for a shorty servo, so this thing will go straight over very easily. And of course, the Redline series of batteries from Gens Ace. This is the 6000 milliamp 130C lithium high voltage pack. Super impressed with these packs so far. They have a huge amount of bang for your buck on these things. I cannot wait to test this out in this vehicle. Now, I have ran these a little bit in the past, super blown away by these so far. Now, one last thing that I kind of picked up here, these are an assorted amount of brass weights, and these are going to end up going on the rear of the vehicle just to keep everything happy out on an indoor clay track. Now, not sure if these are quite available yet. I know Ryan had mentioned that he had a couple of different options in here for me, so definitely going to be setting this vehicle up quite nicely. And of course, Nick, one of the team drivers, provided me with a couple of setup sheets, both for SDRC, I think there's one for OCRC on there as well. So I'll be taking that full setup sheet, kind of revamping my ET and making it all mesh with this new conversion kit. Well, guys, that is a quick look at this pretty cool conversion kit here from ProStar RC. I can't wait to get some wrenches turning and get this ET kind of broken down, add all the parts back into that new chassis plate with some upgrades. I definitely like all of this blue carbon fiber, and I can't wait to get this thing out on the track. But with that, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this conversion kit, short course truck in general, which motor I should select for this new conversion kit. As always, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. And finally, my name is Rich. Thanks for watching.